Hello everyone, my name is Saida Zuhairi. I am a cybersecurity master's degree student at Grand Canyon University. My presentation for this course is Enterprise Cyber Law and Compliance Strategies for CYB 630. It's called the Fair Information Practice Principles, FIPP. This presentation presented for my professor, Dr. Michael Lay, on February 4th, 2026. Introduction. This presentation examines the Fair Information Practice Principles (FIPPS) as a foundational framework for a privacy policy. These principles established a structured set of rules and regulations governing the collection, use, and storage of personal information and are formally recognized by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. The Fair Information Practice principles provide fundamental basis for understanding modern privacy policies by outlining the core guidelines necessary for their effective application and implementation. When properly applied, these principles support data protection, ensure information integrity, and help maintain a high standard of information security. Furthermore, the correct implementation of FIPPS assists organization in meeting regulatory compliance requirement, including alignment with the General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR), thereby reducing the risk of significant legal and financial penalties. So now what's the FIPPS? The Fair Information Practice Principles, FIPPS, represent a set of internationally recognized laws and standards developed to safeguard the privacy of sensitive and personal data against misuse and potential risks. These principles regulate the lawful and responsible handling of information, including its collection, use, storage, and disclosure, while ensuring compliance with the applicable privacy legislation and restricting data use to legitimate and authorized purposes. As defined by TechTarget 2023, Fair Information Practices refer to a set of standards governing the collection and use of personal data and addressing issues of privacy and accuracy. FIPPs are built upon several core components, including security, transparency, accountability, data integrity, data minimization and limitation, and ongoing auditing to ensure compliance and effectiveness. Understanding FIPPs, the Fair Information Practice Principles are widely recognized set of guidelines used by organizations and government agencies to assess information system operational process programs and activities that have an impact on individual privacy. FPC 2023. FIPPs are a framework of principles designed to govern collection of personal data, use of information for legitimate purposes, storage and protection of sensitive information. Their goal is to prevent misuse, unauthorized access, and privacy violations while promoting fairness, security, and data handling. FIPP's key elements. Security. The first element, security. Organizations are required to implement appropriate technical and administrative safeguards to protect data from security threats, unauthorized access, breaches, or misuse. Transparency. Organizations must clearly communicate their data collection, usage, and storage practices to individuals before information is collected, allowing users to make informed decisions regarding consent. Accountability. Organizations are responsible for their data handling practices and must ensure compliance with FAPS and applicable regulations, including GDPR, to reduce legal and financial risks. Integrity. Organizations must maintain data accuracy by ensuring that information collected is complete, current, and reliable throughout the lifecycle. Limitation: data use should be restricted to the specific purpose agreed upon at the time of collection. Personal information must not be sold, shared, or disclosed to a third party without proper authorization or consent. Auditing: uh, organizations should conduct regular audits and compliance reviews through this designated teams to ensure adherence to FIPPS standards and to prevent negligence that could result in regulatory penalties. How FIPPS protects personal information. The Fair Information Practice Principles FIPPS consist of a set of laws and regulatory guidelines recognized by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security that require organizations to protect personal information entrusted to them. These principles prohibit the unauthorized disclosure or sale of personal data to third parties without explicit consent and require that privacy policies are clearly communicated in advance, allowing individuals the opportunity to review, accept, and decline the terms. Now, there is a comparison between the FIPPS and GDPR, the principle-based framework, and the GDPR is a legally enforceable regulation. FIPPS is a guides policy creation. GDPR mandates compliance. And then for FIPPS, focus on fair data handling. From the other hand, GDPR adds heavy fines and strict rights. Core principles of FIPPS. The core principles of fair information practices emphasize that individuals must be informed about how their personal data is collected and used. They should be provided with meaningful options and required consent mechanisms, along with the ability to access and correct their information. Organizations are also responsible for maintaining the accuracy and security of data and establishing effective enforcement measures and remedies to address violations or misuse. Compare Tech 2023. FIPPS versus US privacy laws. FIPPS influence Privacy Act of 1974, HIPAA, HIPAA, Health Data, FERPA, FERPA, Education Records. Unlike GDPR, US laws are sector specific but all rely on FIPPS principles. How FIPPS protect personally identifiable information (PII). Hereby applying reduces the identity theft, data breaches, and misuse. FIPPI protect PII by limiting data collection, requiring secure storage, preventing unauthorized storage sharing, giving individual control, enforcing accountability. This reduces identity theft, data breaches, and misuse. Why FIPPS matter and cybersecurity? For cybersecurity professionals, FIPPS guide secure system design, reduce legal risk, improve trust, support ethical data handling. They connect privacy directly to security operation. The fair information practice principles from the backbone form the backbone of modern privacy protection. They influence global laws, protect personal data, and guide federal agencies in ethical information handling. Understanding FIPPS is essential for cybersecurity professionals to design systems that are not only secure but legally compliant and privacy focused. And here is my reference. Hopefully you like it and have a great night.